Last episode out, we saw our Rockies team finish off the episode getting swept by the Dodgers, allowing at least 9 runs in 3 out of 4 of those games, really exemplifying what I think is our biggest weakness right now, and that is the pitching. And so today we take a look at the minor leagues where the future of our pitching resides. And I said that last episode I would go through the sliders, and I totally forgot. So here are the sliders that I'm currently rocking with. They might need to get a little bit of tweakage going forward, but I like what we've got so far pretty well. We've been able to mix, some 2-to-1 games in with some, high scoring games as well. And the variance was really what I was looking for with this slider set. I know they don't have the numbers on it, so it's really hard to read what those sliders actually are, but hopefully that could give you an idea. So we're going to start with 99 potential pitcher Jose Beretto, picked at number 4 in the last draft, 74 overall. And he is somebody that projects to be the future ace of this franchise. Really, through the first 10 or so episodes, thought he was going to be Chase Dolander, but his struggles with home runs have really opened the door for Beretto, who starts his professional career with a strikeout, now a flyout here. Full count pitch to Downs is over into left field, easily caught. So a 1-2-3 inning to start his Double-A career. We were wearing some fancy uniforms today that I kind of like, honestly, more than our base ones. I don't know what the occasion is today for these, but leading off this second, Beretto would allow his first hit here to Hardman. 2-2 pitch for the 5-hitter Wegner here, sliding at the curveball well outside the zone for his second strikeout of the outing. Vargas will get this one to drop out in left field. So it'll be 2 men on with 1 out. Let's see if Beretto can get out of this inning without allowing a run. Low in the zone, past the diving glove of first base. Mendez will not quite pick up the RBI, though. The man will hold at third. That throw might have been in time, so deciding to play it safe with only 1 out. Bases loaded. Avina lifts it to left field, and that is certainly deep enough to try to tag. And the throw just not quite there. So the first earned run for Beretto. 2 gone here, and another fly ball. This one will be handled by Kyle Brown, who's playing shortstop at the Double-A level. Projects to be much more of a second baseman for us in the long term, but he's kind of our best shortstop option on our Double-A team right now. Third inning, looking to rebound here after a RBI was earned in the second. But we'll start with another leadoff single with the top of the order. Fly ball to right again. Allowing a lot of contact here. Not a lot of hard hits, though. Some of them have dropped in for hits. But that is his specialty. He's not so much a strikeout pitcher yet. Only 49 strikeouts per 9. But his hits per 9 are in the 70s. So you're going to see a lot of stuff like this. Just weakly hit balls. And it's up to the defense behind him to make the plays, and here they do in the third, as the Patriots aren't able to do anything with the men they got on base. Also really like this windup we got here for Beretto. Ground out to third base to start the 4th inning. Gave him a unique windup. Did forget to add his 5th pitch. I do want to add a slider to his repertoire. We're going to give him low control on it. I ended up adding it after this game. It's just something I forgot to do in the offseason. So after this game, he will have a slider for the rest of his career. 4th goes down 1-2-3. And getting a decent enough amount of run support that he is eligible for a win if he can keep the Patriots from scoring again. And here he starts off the 5th with a strikeout. Really hoping he can rack up the strikeouts in the minors. It's going to be much easier for him to develop that, I think, than it will once he gets to the majors. Not that striking out is the most important thing, but it is kind of just his one weakness, and strikeouts are fun to see, of course. But I don't think it's going to be necessary for him to be a successful pitcher, but how can you not love ABs like that with a strike 3 painted on that inside upper edge? Through 5, still just the 1 run allowed for Beretto. Up into the 70s pitches wise. He has 81 stamina, so this could very well be his last inning. Going to be a guy who you don't want pitching much past the 80s on his pitch count. 2-2 pitch for Downs. Swinging through that high fastball. For strikeout number 5. Hardiman. It's this one deep to center field. It is going to be down for a hit. A double. So man in scoring position that could tie this game up. Light tapper. Diving glove is going to stop the runner from advancing to home, but it will be for a hit. Still a nice play to keep that runner from rounding third. Full count pitch for Vargas. And it's lifted to left, so it looks like Beretto will get through the 6th scoreless with his pitch count, though that would be the end of his performance. Going to be a quality start. 6 innings, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, no walks allowed in his first appearance. I think this is the kind of game that you were really hoping for. Obviously, a shutout would be better, but I'll absolutely take that for his first appearance. The next guy up in terms of being close to making it to the MLB level is Michael McGaffic, starting this season at 23 years old, 69 overall, which is obviously nice. He has great home runs per 9 and hits per 9, but the problem with him is that hits per 9 goes right out the window when you get somebody in scoring position, because he's got pitching clutch all the way down in the 30s. Another guy not very good at striking outs. That has not been a priority in our scouting so far. So we don't have a ton of strikeout guys. And really looking at guys that can limit hits and home runs so far in this series. And we're going to see if that kind of archetype can work out for us. Worked out for Jose Beretto earlier, seeing Sterling Thompson make the play over at third base here. And then here, once again hitting to Thompson. Showing off the arm, throwing across the diamond to end off the first. Second inning now, Hunt to the plate. Pitch low on the zone is lifted over to Zach V. Another one of our prospects. Likely not going to be in AAA much longer. One down here. Smith up to the plate. That one's cracked to left field off against the wall. Gonna be an extra base hit. Now this is the scenario you want to see McGaffic be able to get out of. He really struggled with runners in scoring position the last time we hopped in and watched him play. This one off the glove of the second base, and the runner beats the throw. So now you got runners in the corners. Things can get really difficult on McGaffic once that pitching clutch comes into play. This one will be caught by Zach Veen. You get the out, but you allow the run. Might have let that one just fall. See if you can get a strikeout or something. That would get your second out, but Veen decides to glove it. So it'll be just 1 earned run. Again, I think one that could have been avoided. But top of the third now. Osuna with a bunt down the third baseline. Should have allowed Thompson, I think, to make that catch. He was just a second behind him and definitely had momentum not going away from the throw. So it'll be a man on first. Mateo infield fly will be the first out of the inning. Joey Meneses swings through that ball, and it'll be a stolen base for Osuna, his second so far. Meneses will get it through the infield. A couple of guys diving. They stopped the ball, but it will be another single. And on third, one out again. This time, it's not going to be a sacrifice fly. It gets through the infield. Handled it center field, but a second run here for the Express. Hunt. Fair down the right field line. It'll score 2 more. And this is exactly what we're talking about with Michael McGaffic. As soon as guys get in scoring position, it can really get bad in a hurry for this guy. Same thing happened last time we saw him, and it's happening again. Just can't seem to get out of his own way at times. Another hit past Sterling Thompson at third base. And we're going to go for the relay throw there, but it's not in time. 5 runs allowed. Finally, we don't have anybody in scoring position, but Rodriguez gets a massive hold of this ball, and it's a nightmare third inning for Michael McGaffic. 2 more in scoring position, 1 gone in the third, and he's already getting relieved. So that pitching clutch being really low has really come to hurt McGaffic a couple of times now. It's time to start taking our first look at the draft for this year. I did make one change to our scouts. I found a position player scout that actually has efficiency over 95. So that's what we'll be rocking here. We have some money. Maybe we can get above 95 discovery. But actually, taking a look at it now, the only guy is Ken Doss, and we can't actually afford him. So we'll be rocking with these 3 scouts for this third draft. It's now time to take that look, hoping we can find a generational prospect with the number 1 pick. The number 1 ranked guy is a pitcher. He is 18 years old, but just this rating spread is not what I typically see to start out from a generational player. And doesn't honestly even look to be that great of a pitcher. His walks and hits per 9 will be good, which you like to see that. His home runs per 9 will actually, his per 9s will be pretty good. So he could definitely going to be a pitcher that we want to scout, just not looking generational. So unfortunately for us with the number 1 pick, I think we landed a class that does not have a generational prospect. Looking at some position players we could scout, Alfonso Cedeno could be a guy with, high B potential that we like. Rick Carlisle, I think, looks better to start out. So we will scout him first with our position player scouts. Just because the number 1 guy is in the Central, I think we're going to go Central actually to start. Off camera, I also looked through the class a little bit, and there are just a decent bit of Central pitchers in this class. So the second area that we look at will be a debate between International and East. This might be one of the few years we don't do International. It's not as strong of a class as it usually is. The third pitcher that we're going to take a look at today is Anton Hernandez. Was really deciding between Hernandez and Herb Reyes, our lefty that we got, but Reyes struggles with some similar things that McGaffic did. I didn't want to see another repeat performance, and I wanted to see Hernandez because this guy throws some absolute gas. He's the hardest throwing pitcher in our farm system right now. High B potential for him. He is a few years away, just in the low 60s overall. Kind of needs help across the board. His hits per 9 are also a little low, but they are higher than Herb Reyes. 4 pitches into the inning. He already has 2 outs. Looking for a 5th. He has Groshans swinging. I mean, it was a pitch left a little bit too much over the plate for my liking, but he's not going to have to pay for it. When you throw really hard, sometimes you can get away with stuff. But at the same time, when you throw really hard, you're liable to allow some home runs. This one won't be one of them, but it is caught near the warning track. For Vargas here, high in the zone, another pitch lifted to the outfield. So a lot of soft contact resulting in fly balls so far, but 12 pitches in, slider for the strikeout, his first of his professional career, and it was an absolute beauty on the bottom of the zone. 13 pitches in 2 innings for Hernandez is very efficient and could help him go deep into this game. Here he allows his first hit, though, to lead off the third to the 7-hitter Avina. 0-2 pitch. Swinging through the changeup beneath the zone. And when you've got an electrifying fastball, it really makes that changeup a very dangerous pitch. And here he gets another strikeout, looking at that 99-mile-an-hour fastball top of the zone. 1-1. Dunham lifts it to left field, and we can't make the play. Would have been a really difficult play to make, and it'll be the first Patriot run scored on the triple. Already Dunham's third triple of the season. That's impressive. We're just a few games into the season. Ground out here will end the inning. 1 run allowed. Certainly liking what I'm seeing from Anton here early. 2-2 pitch for Groshans. Over the middle of the plate. That's going to be caught in right field. Got to get a piece of it, but couldn't find the gap. Hardman. Another ball lifted deep to center field. It is out of here. Just like what I said, when you throw really hard, when you make the mistakes, sometimes they're going to be hit big. And there he left that fastball just too far over the plates. And he gets mashed with it. Hernandez, this one low in the zone. Play for Kyle Brown. Out 2. Another guy with a very unique windup here in Hernandez. We got a couple of cool windups added to our pitching staff. Very over-the-top kind of style here. That one's by him at 100 miles an hour. The only guy in the organization you're going to see hitting the triple digits. And that's why I'm very excited for his future. Just allowing his first walk here. We're not seeing our pitchers allow a lot of walks. I've been very conscious in getting pitchers with good walk per 9 numbers here in the series, and it's paying off. Not a lot of free passes given in the games that we watch. Dunham gets it down in left field for a hit. Should not be a RBI there, and he goes for it, and he's tagged out. The defensive highlights end the inning. Beautiful play there. Didn't think he was going to go for home there, and he pays for it, although it was decently close. Top of the 6th now. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking at 99 miles an hour. He's certainly going to be entertaining. Whether or not he's very good, we'll have to wait and see, but Hernandez, his good stuff is going to look really good. And that's why we took him. He also has the best stamina. So he has 2 really big strengths that we don't have really elsewhere in the organization. That's why I'm really hopeful for his success. He's a guy that you could see pitching some complete game shutouts when his stuff is on, because he has stamina in the 90s. Also has, of course, the fastball. Those 2 things, just things that we don't really have elsewhere in the organization. So I'm very hopeful for Hernandez. Very invested in this guy's development. And here he gets through the 6. No, he won't. What was that throw? You've got to be kidding me. It brings home the 3rd run. We were out of the inning. Aaron Shunk just sailed that ball. We'll get in out of the 6th on the very next at bat, but it's going to be another run scored for the Patriots. I don't believe that will be credited to Hernandez, though. A couple of extra insurance runs for Anton here to start the 7th, but he's starting to allow some hits here these last couple of innings. 2 on, no 1 down here to start the 7th. And that will end his day. So he comes out for the 7th, but doesn't get any outs in it. Hernandez still, though, showed the stuff that makes me very excited for his future. A lot of those strikeouts, in the upper 90s, even, triple digits out on the edge of the zone. Made some mistakes for sure. He's only a 62 overall. He's going to take a few more years of development, but I'm excited to see what he can do with them. We're going to end off the episode taking a look at the prospects list. I'm actually surprised Jose Beretto is the number one prospect in baseball. You'd think Richie Covey could get that honor. He is a year older, but he's already 80 overall and has the same 99 potential. He won't be on the prospect list for long, though. Neither will Ethan Salas for us. A few guys in the MLB. Jason Lindsay, number 11 prospect in baseball. Brian Doe, up for us at 18. At 19 years old. Excited to see what he can do in AAA this year. Steve Cruz in the division. Very good power hitting third baseman for San Diego. Dolander shows up. Herb Reyes, didn't see him today, but we'll probably take a look at him at some point in this season. Anton Hernandez, just saw him pitch a pretty solid outing. Jeff Ramirez, our closer. Kyle Brown, hoping for a bounce back season from him. Raymond Park. Johnny Brennan, 19 years old in his second season with the organization. Rich Hayes all the way down here at 90. Only 55 overall, but does have a potential. And then Michael McGaffic coming in at number 100. So that's 12 Rockies prospects in the top 100 of this class. We have a lot of guys with A and high B potential. And that's going to be something that might change our strategy a little bit for this next draft. Even Benjamin Barrett's making our top 20 in the organization. He was an absolute bust, but I am currently planning on streaming the month of April on April 5th, which will be the day after I drop this episode. I just want to go through kind of my early stages of the scouting process with you all, as we'll go through position by position to see where we stand. This year's going to be maybe a little bit different. I'm not going to be as focused on upside. I think we have a lot of A and high B. Obviously, I still want upside, especially with pick number 1 overall. But maybe in those later picks, I might be focusing a little bit more on MLB ready. We're already in season 3, and we're still absolutely terrible. We have a lot of guys that are going to be in the minor developing for a while. That doesn't mean we don't need more. We do. But I might sacrifice a little bit of upside, maybe go for guys that might be more low B potential to mid B potential, but offer at least, high 60s overall, maybe even the 70s if we can get it. I'll talk a lot more about my thoughts towards this draft in the April stream. Should I do it? I'm not going to hold myself 100% accountable. I might not have the time, but that is the plan. Friday, April 5th, it will be at 1 p.m. Eastern is the stream. Hope you guys can join me as we kind of get the scouting for this season underway, and I'll see you then. Go Rockies.